Hello, and welcome to Hired, the show where I, Caitlin, an engineer looking to get a new job in space systems, try to use my self-defined theory to get a job at one of 3 companies where I'd love to work. I have 3 months worth of expenses saved up, but 12 weeks isn't much. Time is short and there's a lot of work to do, so here's how I try to get hired. First, let's recap what I did last week. I emailed one person at each company where I'd like to work, shown here, and requested a chance to shadow one of their engineers. Aerojet Rocketdyne emailed me back and said it should be possible. I've heard nothing from Blue Origin or Planetary Resources. As of the end of week 2, I have still gotten 0 emails from any of the companies this time. I'm trying to be patient. It's the summer and people take vacations, so I haven't emailed them again. Yet. Instead, I worked on other ways to build my foundation for getting an interview and eventually a job. For updating materials, I completed most of it in week 1, so there wasn't a whole lot for me to do, except of course upload the week 1 video, which hopefully you saw last Monday. I promoted it on my Facebook and Google Plus account as well. But that's about it for updating materials. The next update I will need to do is changing my resume and cover letter in order to apply to specific jobs that I find. For networking, I did a lot of research this week. As a newbie to this area, it's hard to figure out how to meet people, so I did some research on aerospace events and clubs in the area. Here's a list of the ones that I found. I went to the Tacoma Air Show, but it wasn't much of an aerospace event. I'm hoping the fly-in at Arlington will be more helpful. I'm looking for club sign-ups and such, as well as a good air show. The other 2 events are going to be even more awesome for me because they're rocket-related. However, I have to wait until August to go to either of them. Another way I thought I could meet people is through volunteering. Again, I'm not sure how it will directly correlate to getting a job at Aerojet, Blue, or PRI, but it could help my networking and build some of my skills. I haven't found the right one yet. I'm hoping to find some STEM, science, technology, engineering, or math-related volunteer work, but I haven't found it yet. But next week I plan on signing up for something. Finally, for my foundation, I worked on my own skills. One event this week showed me that I can work on my mechanical engineering skills in a useful way. I had to put my bike back together after the move. Now I know no one takes the back wheel off to travel. Putting it back on requires some finagling, including moving the grimy chain onto the gear system on the wheel, clicking the gear mechanism into the right location, and cleaning up your hands, leg, and foot afterward, in my case. But I got it sorted out and even rode 3 miles to join the local library. That was fun, but I wanted to get some real job-related learning started as well. I scanned the online courseware for MIT and picked out a lot of classes I was interested in taking. The first one that I began working on was Intro to Propulsion Systems. So far it has been a review, but it's nice to revisit the rocket equation and some basic astrodynamics. I'm trying to start with the more job-related engineering courses, but I also see courses on writing, Spanish, and cancer biology that I'd be very interested in taking as well. So, at the end of the week, you can see the progress bars have not moved. I've heard nothing from any company. It was the 4th of July holiday week, so that might explain it. Instead, I used the time to think, plan, and work on improving myself. Since I spent a lot of time planning this week, I think that means my next week may be very busy, trying to put all these plans into action. I think I'm about ready to submit applications to Blue Origin and Planetary Resources. Try a different tack, as it were. I'm not sure if a shadow is a reasonable request at this point. Either way, I'll let my new contacts know that I'm applying. I don't want to be obnoxious, so contacting them for a reason other than the previous one, which was shadowing, seems better to me. I also need to follow up with my Aerojet Rocketdyne contact because it's been a while since I heard from him. And I really want to set a date for the shadow. I'm really looking forward to it. Maybe I'll have more luck finding some good networking at the Arlington Air Show as well, which is another thing I plan on attending this week. Yet again, I'll probably spend most of the week working on improving myself. Once I find a STEM volunteering opportunity, I'll sign up for that, or if I don't find one, maybe I'll just try another opportunity and learn something new. I also plan to finish the MIT propulsion class and hopefully start a new class. Maybe I'll give myself a break from engineering and jump into one of the other interesting classes like biology or Spanish. So that's week 2 of my job search. I have 10 weeks left before I start running low on money and need to start looking at other options. Thank you for joining me for Hired. I should have another episode posted next Monday.